Hey Virgo, this is Isel, the Altruistic Mystic on YouTube. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to get to your reading for the last portion of September. My phone has been really wonky and I don't know what's up with the volume situation. I'm really trying to speak louder. I need to fix that. I've figured it out, or I've fiddled with it numerous times and I can't figure it out. So hopefully this is going to help, just speaking up, and I'm sorry if I'm yelling. If it works now, I'm sorry if I'm yelling. So yeah, I want to get to your reading for the first portion of October 2018. And you go first because you guys didn't get a reading for the last half of September. So it looks like overall what I'm feeling, the energy is like, you know, I think this is like a shutdown of foundation. It's like a solidified shutdown on a foundation. And, you know, some of you may want to go back into this situation. I don't feel that this is for that group, though. I feel that this is for a group that wants to leave. They want to go away from something. And I think that that's actually better when you do go away from it, just because you actually end up being more so, it helps you reestablish yourself in a way on an emotional level that is beneficial to you, which I don't think you've been able to do here. I think everything that's happened here has kind of worn you down. And I think it's important for you to vamoose. So in the spirit of that, let's start with the reading. So in the center of the reading, we have the Eight of Wands. So this is communication, but you know, it's like, I feel here too, it's like the communication here is almost to the nature of, it's like the information is coming, the way that it's been experienced so far and how it's led up to this potential moving on. It's almost like the communication has been all over the place. The communication has been more, it's like fragmented, but it's also, it's back and forth, all over the place. The communication is everywhere, you know, and it's like people are, you have to like you have to read through the lines with this type of communication. Things are not clear. Things were not clear. And I think things have now become clear. And when we have gotten to this point where we understand, it's almost like that kind of like sealed the deal. Yeah, that kind of sealed the deal in a way. So, yeah, to clarify the Eight of Wands, we have the Death card. So Scorpio energy, sure, but this is basically allowing something to die, choosing to allow something to die, being in favor of allowing something to be basically broken apart so you can actually move forward in your life, rebuild your life. This I'm not feeling is about like, I don't feel that this is about, oh, we're going to break this relationship down so we can build it back up again. I don't think so. I think this is, we got to talk about how this is going to end. We have to talk about how this is done. You know, I want to throw my hands up after this. I want to let it go, you know, and I think that that's a pretty solid thing for you to do if that's what you want to do. I think that that's a solid thing for you to do, because what it does is it's like, it shuts it down to a point where the healing process for you is easier. When you shut it down and you create detachment from the situation, the healing process is easier. You know, it's almost like whatever it is, whatever has happened in the past. And I feel that there's some stuff that has happened in the past because we do have the Three of Cups here. And in this particular situation, I do think that this is a third party situation. I don't think that this was something to do with, I don't see the Three of Cups here being like celebrations and friendships and this and that. I think if anything, this could have been somebody that your partner knew that may have, I mean, if it is a friendship, it was something where like things were very secretive and you didn't know about things. But I'll get to that. over here, as the obstacle in the situation, we have the Five of Swords. So this is deceptive energy. This is mind games, manipulation. This is people doing things without regard, not using your head, you know, in how they go about things. And by not using your head, you end up getting your head cut off. You see? Here we have the Page of Swords clarifying this card. This is about communication, getting to the very, very bottom of the truth. This is also about fact-checking, spying. And when I say spying, I don't mean like, you know, I mean, sure, you could have been sitting in your car, looking out a peephole, whatever. But it's like really getting to the bottom of this situation, really getting into the meat of the matter, just so you can have all of the understanding that you need to proceed within what you want to go away from, you know? So that's not a bad thing, you know? I think a lot of us want our relationships to last forever. And of course, that's a wonderful way to go about it. But not every relationship is for forever. And I think that this is almost a conflicting energy for you, because you may feel or have felt that this person was supposed to be in your life for like the long term. And, you know, I think in a certain way, we all want that. But, you know, it's like, I think the practical nature of this is you're seeing that that's not the case. You're seeing that, okay, I have to dissolve that energy. I have to dissolve that way of thinking so I can move forward into something that's going to be better for me, because I'm not able to move away from this easily. Hang on. If you let this dissolve, this is going to give you a better understanding in how you work in the future with things, but also it sheds the idea of how you perceive your relationships, especially how you choose to attach yourself in relationships. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So at the base of the reading, we have clarified this. We have the Six of Swords. So this is moving away from a situation. This is tired of mental energy being cycled through this. This is wanting to get a better ground. This is, you know, moving, literally, physically moving out of a situation. You know, if this is a dissolve of a home life relationship, that's this. You know, we are moving away from a situation. We're shutting it down. Clarifying this is the Five of Wands. This is deep conflict, you know, and I feel too that it's like this person may have been, in a certain way, it's like, yeah, they're sorry about what happened, but also I think when you found out, they may have been angry that you found out, or like it almost like, it like confronted them, but something about them was, I don't know. It felt like it's like a level of entitlement, like how dare you find out about me? I don't know. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like almost like, God, how dare you find out about me? You took the time to take the time to watch me. You know, you found out. And I think that this was slow coming too. I don't think that this was like, it may have been immediate, but for some of you, but I feel like this was more of like you learning about something. In the recent past, you have the Three of Cups here again. This is talking about third-party relationships. If this was somebody that your partner was involved with, it could have been a friend, a family friend. It could have been somebody that they knew for a while. It just could have been somebody that they met. But regardless, the energy of that person, they were the High Priestess. They were a secret to you. You have the Hermit here as well. But the way that this card popped out, it was in reverse. So the secret's out. You know about this person. You know about this person, you know. They're on your mind, and you're contemplating what you want to do here. Because I think the person that you're dealing with is still trying to offer you a continued beginning. They're trying to offer you something, not a continued beginning, but a continuation in your relationship. They're trying to offer you something further into the relationship. And I think that they're wanting to do it. It's like they want to reestablish. It's like they want to show me the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So they want to reestablish for sure. They want to give you a new beginning. This is the Ace of Pentacles. But they, you know, I think this is where you're at. You're like, this is 10 of Wands. You're like, oh God, I'm exhausted with this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And I think to a degree too, they feel a lot of guilt here, but also it's like, what's done is done. Like, what are you going to do about it? You can't cry over spilled milk. You can't like change the past. What you did is what you did. You engaged in something that took away from our situation. And this is the ramification of that. Take ownership of that. Be conscious of that. If this is you, Virgo, doing that, then do that, you know, like take ownership. But I feel that this is somebody that you've been dealing with. But yeah, this is tiring energy. You're tired of this. You don't want to carry the burden of this anymore, no matter even if they offer you a new beginning, a new potential. You know, it's like, I think that they're hoping that you're able to forgive them, forget, and move on. But like this Hermit here, this is also your card, Virgo. This Hermit, I think like this energy right here that I'm feeling is more so within a level of clarity that maybe they didn't think that you would be able to reach on your own or even get to. Or it might just be that you are feeling a level of clarity where it's like, you know what, all of the evidence stacks up to the point where I don't want any more. I don't want any more. I've got my energy ready to go. Got my energy ready to go. In the present, we have the Page of Swords. So again, we have the Page of Swords here twice. You know, here I feel this was a level of, you know, maybe your own personal detective work in regard to the situation. Maybe your own level of, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. You know, I don't know if I can trust you with what your information you're telling me. So I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to find out what it is that has caused this. And I think that you have. And it's been conflicting ever since. Here with this Page of Swords, you know, in the future energy, I feel more so that that is like, you know, blunt communication. Getting to the point, not beating around the bush, not trying to sugarcoat anything, not trying to be, you know, play devil's advocate or whatever, not trying to ease the situation. I think this is blunt communication. And I think this is like, hey, look, this is what happens when you mess up to this degree. I got to go, you know? Clarifying that, you had two cards pop out. So you have the Four of Cups and you have the Hangman. You know, in regard to this, like, communication that needs to happen here, I feel very much that, you know, it's like you've given it a lot of thought. You're giving it a lot of thought still. But, you know, in the outcome, in the end of it all, the choice is to not take an offer here from this person. You know, the choice is to not take an offer from this person. Like, it ends up like that, you know, because this isn't what you want. It doesn't serve you. It's almost like too much to have to deal with, you know. Well, yeah, and on the bottom of the deck for this particular energy over here, we have the Three of Cups, okay? We have the Three of Cups here again. So, you know, them wanting to offer something after this type of energy, after this deception. Show me the Hangman. Yeah. The Five of Pentacles. So, you know, leaving somebody out, shutting them out. You know, this is a being left out in the cold card. This is shutting the door. On the bottom of the deck for the Five of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. You know, yeah, using your intuition, however you got to the point where you are, if you had to use your intuition in regard to how you were going about finding the information, you know, kind of like sleuthing in a very unique, covert way. Or this could just be, hey, look, you've been dealing with somebody that's been in secret to me. You've been dealing with a mistress. You've been dealing with a secret partner. Guess what? I'm going to go. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to shut the door. In the near future here, you have the Sun. So this is illumination. This is finding information out. This is clarifying information. This is having the knowledge of what it is that you need to do in regard to this situation. Clarifying that, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a singles card. This is being satisfied on your own. This is being alone. This is stabilizing yourself financially, making sure that you're the one taken care of because you're the one taking care of you. You're not allowing anybody to get in your way. You are doing you on your own. And you know what? It feels good to do that. I think it's like almost like a washing of the hands. But when you do this too, like, I think it's almost like you're looking back on the situation like, oh, God, like, you know, it's almost annoying to the point where it's like, I just feel you like, what is the word? Yeah, you're just like, you're done. You've had enough. You're just kind of like, what? There's nothing else to like go around here. There's nothing else to talk about here. There's nothing else to communicate here. What? How are you going to change this? You can't. What do you want? Like, it's almost like exasperated. That's the word, exasperated. You feel exasperated with this person. And the best thing to remedy that is to go on your own, to do your own thing, to just be with yourself. And I feel like for those of you that have been in like a longer term relationship with this person and the foundation's been shaken, I think it's going to take some time for you to be able to be comfortable with the aloneness, with the wanting to be alone, you know. It's important for you also to take the blinders off of yourself. It's like the blinders that I'm talking about are more in regard to pity, self-pity. Do not self-pity yourself. Don't pity yourself. That's it. Don't pity yourself. That's a trap. Self-pity is a trap. Okay. Yeah, learn from this and move on. That's important because you know what? When you do, you allow these things to drop. You allow a new understanding of how to deal with relationships to blossom, and you are for the better in regard to that. In the current state of your mental energy, where you're at inside, you have the Two of Swords. So, you know, kind of at a standstill. This is also, if you're still contemplating this, if you haven't quite decided to let it go, I feel that you will decide to let it go. You know, some of you, it takes time to get to, you know, where you need to be to actually release things. But, you know, some of you also, this just may be like, I've heard enough. I'm done. I'm done, you know. And again, you have, for clarifying this card, you have the Ten of Wands. So you have the Ten of Wands twice here. You have this, this situation has become a burden. I don't think you want to carry this burden any longer, though. I think you want to let it go. Definitely. And another card that fell out with that is the Two of Pentacles. So, you know, this burden in regard to somebody juggling two people, but also whatever it is, once you let it go, you find your own balance. You become balanced, you know. And I feel that this is more like you calm your emotional aspects down, and it allows you to step foot on new ground. It allows you to step foot on solid ground. This is something where it's like it feels like your emotions have been toyed with. That's what I feel like. Not even toyed with, but like some of you it's toyed with, some of you it's really, really hurt. Really, really hurt. But either way, like the exasperation energy is coming through. Here in what's coming for you, what's coming towards you, what is for you, you have the 8 of Cups. So walking away from a situation, allowing yourself to leave. This is emotionally dissatisfying. This isn't something that bared the fruit that you want. This is letting it go because you know you have to, you know? You had 3 cards pop out in regard to the 8 of Cups. And so I'll just show you them now. You have the Ace of Swords, you have the Page of Wands, and you have the 6 of Wands. So this is communication, clear cut. This is utter clarity, but this is also cutting it out. In regard to the 8 of Cups, you are cutting it out. You're walking away. You don't want to be a part of this situation anymore. It's emotionally draining, and truth was not at the forefront in this relationship, which shook the stability, which made the stability fall down. That is a big factor here for you. I think that that's a big piece here for you, because it's like what you wanted was something that was going to be more so solid, and what they were bringing was emotional unbalance, dissatisfaction, and deception, you know? And you're, you know, on a new path. You're deciding to go towards what is for you, you know, and it's like it comes after you clear it out. This could also be heated, communication, you know, about the leaving, you know, especially in regard to the leaving aspect of it. It could be heated, you know. You may also be in a situation or in a mind state where it's like, you may be just wanting to go, you know, and you don't quite know where it is that you're going, but you got to go, you know. Take your time. Take your time. So when you do take your time in that, you end up going in a positive direction. You end up being heard, but also your words are heard. And I think that this is, the 6 of Wands here feels to me almost like, it's like when you voice this to this person, when you shut the situation down, it's like level up. You're leveling up. It's like you ascend to a different level. And I feel that you end up feeling like that because it's like when you take power and action in your own life, when you create what it is that you want out of the necessity of a ruin, you know, out of wanting to relieve yourself from this, out of wanting to stabilize yourself again, you bring forth better energy into your life. This situation is a lesson. They're all lessons. All of our relationships are lessons, you know, and no matter what, nothing is made to be forever. Nothing is made to be, I mean, even if you're in the best relationship for the rest of your life, you're going to die. Like, nothing is forever. The experience is a wonderful experience. Some of us experience these things for lifetime, some of these for years, months, days, whatever it is. But there's always lesson to it, you know, there's always lesson to it. So take the lesson, be grateful, you know, understand the illumination that you've been brought in the situation, and allow yourself to stand within your own power, allow yourself to be free. You know, that's an important aspect here. When we allow things to come crumbling down, when we allow energy to die, you know, we give ourselves the opportunity for something brand new. The communication here has been poor. The communication here has been up and down. The communication here has been deceptive. You've had to read through the lines multiple times. You don't know if this person, if there's more than this one person. You know, it's like there's kind of like a, it's like a tower moment, basically. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, the Tower card is basically a dissolve of foundations, so something new can be built, but it's essential. You cannot build anything solid on this type of foundation. And I feel that this is a dissolve of a situation. This is a dissolve of a relationship. This may be a long-term relationship, shorter-term relationship. You fit that into your own life, but it's a dissolve. Moving into hope spheres, I like to call it concerns, just because not everybody's hopeful and fearful of everything. You know, it's more like things that we feel and think about, like to a strong degree. We have Temperance here, you know. I don't feel that this is, I don't feel that this is you, like, choosing to go into, oh, well, they bring this to the table and I bring this to the table. I don't think that this is you trying to negotiate. I don't think this is you trying to heal this situation. I think this is a need for you to heal. Clarifying this, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So, you know, this is somebody who is emotionally imbalanced, but this is also somebody who's reckless in regard to this person, whoever this person has been with this Three of Cups. This is this energy. This is, you know, being secretive about relationships. This is deception in regard to your emotional well-being. This is somebody who will blow smoke up your ass. They'll tell you whatever they think that you want to hear in regard to something, you know, but it's not something that's going to last. Like, and if they go after something with you, it doesn't last. And I feel that here too, it's like whatever they're offering, you're looking at the situation like, how do I balance this out? Is this something that I can balance out here? And I don't think you can, because it's like, you know what, whatever they're offering, you're not trusting it anymore. You know, in regard to you, this is definitely a need to heal, a need to balance out emotions. This is being out of balance with your emotions. Moving on towards the final card, and this is the outcome card, you have Judgment. So, you know, definite judgment. And it's interesting too, because I'm just looking at this right now. I don't know. I'm going to bring a reference up. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Burning Man. I've been there. At the end of the week, they basically burn the man. It's a wooden man. That's a giant wooden man, and it burns. It's like a release of everything. Here, and the crowds just pile around this man and watch it burn. Here, you have a crowd of people about to watch this thing burn. I can see the smoke coming out of its abdomen, its joints, its trunk here. And it just feels like it's going to go. I think that this is what's happening. You're going to watch this burn. That's what it feels like to me. You're going to watch it burn. But it also brings a level of healing. It brings a level of healing here. You know, this is how we heal. We allow things to die. In regard to this Judgment card, I clarified, and 3 cards popped out. You had like 3 cards for a few things. It's interesting. So you have the 6 of Swords. So this is moving away from stuff. This is leaving baggage, letting it go. Don't take the baggage with you. And when you get to where you want to go, or when you feel like you're done here, please don't hold on to the energy. That's a natural thing. Like, you do hold on to the energy, but don't wallow in it. Don't die in it. Don't sit there and be stagnant within it. Don't be in a stalemate with this person. There's something about forgiving and learning and moving on. You know, not every relationship is for the long haul. When you do that, you end up with the 3 of Wands. This is basically moving towards what you want. This is wish. It's a level of wish fulfillment in regard to directions that we want to go in regard to what we want to experience in our lives. And with the Queen of Cups here, this is balancing ourselves out emotionally. This is becoming emotionally satisfied again. This Queen has worry in her face. It doesn't feel good. You need to balance out your emotions. You need to temper your energy in regard to the situation, Virgo. The bottom of the deck for the clarifying cards is the Chariot, moving forward no matter what. And when you do, you go into success. Under the Chariot is the Queen of Swords. So this is beautiful energy. This is cutting things out where they are no longer serving you. And listening to this person, but also being like, listen, this doesn't work for me. This is done. What you've done is done. And it's done. Virgo, I hope this reading has been helpful. My name is Isel. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic. If you found this reading helpful, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm really sorry I wasn't able to get your other reading out for the end of September. So yeah, I hope everything's well, and I'm going to head out, and I will see you at the second half of October. All right, take care, Virgo. Bye.